And I'm gonna go ahead and say this now because there's gonna be someone in the comments to tell me that you didn't say this. I'd be like, well, I'm reviewing the season, so I kind of think you expect that. But I'm gonna say it anyways because someone will say it. Spoilers ahead! I'm going to talk about season 2. I'm talking about the finale and my prediction for season 3. There's just spoilers, okay? So the warning has been up. Let's go. The Mandalorian Season 2. Now, before getting into my Season 2 review, I do want to talk a little bit about Season 1 because I didn't get to last year, like I said. I really like Season 1. I thought it was a great, just different kind of Star Wars that we've never really seen. The Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal as the Mando. He's awesome. Like, he is such a great character with just his mask, and I loved his character so much. And of course, Baby Yoda stole all of our hearts last year, and going into season 2, I was looking forward to these two. I was very excited to see where would they go with this show, and I'm happy to tell you that season 2 did not disappoint. The second season of The Mandalorian stars Pedro Pascal as the title character, and is about a bounty hunter trying to return the child to its home. I went back and I watched all the episodes with one sitting because I was such entertained with this season. And the first thing I want to talk about this season is the budget / action got so much better and bigger. Just from the first episode alone, which was directed by Jon Favreau, who used IMAX cameras for certain action sequences that I didn't know about until after rewatching it. I noticed it the first time how the screen got bigger, and I was like, are they using a different type of camera? And they were. It was an IMAX camera. The first episode was a definitely like welcome back kind of episode. We get to see Timothy Olyphant, which I love. He's so underrated. And we get to see Boba Fett's armor, and we get to see Boba Fett, the actor, return to the very last shot. I was like, we're getting Boba Fett. Episode 2 was the episode where we get to see this frog lady basically deliver her eggs across the planet with the Mandalorian, and they get stuck on this like snow planet. There's a really cool spider scene that totally reminded me of Chamber of Secrets. But besides that, the episode's fun. It's more of a filler episode. And then episode 3. So in episode 3, we get to see Katie Sackhoff make her live-action debut in the Star Wars world as Bo-Katan, and I was very excited to see her. I love to see her transition from the animated show into the live-action show. By the way, as a kid, I used to literally record with VHS tape the Star Wars The Clone Wars show on the Cartoon Network. I used to love that show as a kid. I used to fall in love with it every weekend on Saturday mornings. I'd watch new episodes. And then when Rebels came out, at first I was not into it because I was much older, but I went back and rewatched it and I really liked it. And then the Star Wars Clone Wars ended on Disney Plus and it was great. Episode 4 to a lot of people was really cool. For me, this actually might be my least favorite episode this season. I know a lot of people said episode 2, but for me, episode 4 felt more filler because his ship is broken. He comes back down to see Carl Weathers and Gino Carano, and basically he's like, hey, I need my ship to be fixed. And they're like, oh yeah, your ship's being fixed, but can you come help us, like, you know, destroy this little base? We do learn about how, like, Baby Yoda's blood is going to be used with the scientists, and they're like, okay, that's information we need to know. But overall, the episode felt very much like, let's drag it out, filler kind of episode. And I know Carl Weathers directed it, and it was a cool episode. It was cool action. I am entertained of every action scene throughout this entire season. To me, though, episode 4 felt like more of a filler. Now we get into episode 5, which is the Jedi, and this was the episode I was very much looking forward to. Because in episode 3, we hear the name Ahsoka, and like I said, I grew up with Star Wars The Clone Wars, and even as a kid, I said I want to see her in live form. I want to see her in a movie, and we finally get to see her on the big screen, or I mean little screen for this fact. But it was great seeing Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. She's a badass. She's likable when you first meet her. She's just a good Jedi person, and you love her, and you love her story, and if you've seen Star Wars The Clone Wars, and you watch the final season, you know how much of a great character she is. So to her to finally make her appearance, it is awesome to see. I have seen some people say they just used her to announce this spin-off show. She's not there for any good story points. To me, she is. She's the person that gives us the entire most information about Grogu. We learn his name, Baby Yoda, which I will probably still call him that. We learn that he needs to go to a Jedi, which is not her, because she doesn't want to train him. She's not fully capable of training him. She needs to get him to someone else. So she sends him off to this rock, which in episode 6 was directed by Robert Rodriguez. Gotta give that man credit, because I've been shitting on him in the whole past, but since Alita and now this, the man is really turning his career on in the positive way. But anyways, we had to see Grogu get kidnapped in this episode, and it was expected. I expected in some time frame this little baby was going to get captured, because we all love him and he's going to get captured. So I expected it to happen this season. That was my one thing I predicted. But in this episode, we get to see the return of Boba Fett in his armor, and it's one of my favorite scenes of the entire season. It's so underrated too. When he gets that armor on, he kicks ass. I mean, just bam, bam, and the rocket and the two ships, and he's like, I was aiming for the other one. He's a badass. I love Boba Fett, and I'm super excited to see what they do with him in his own show, The Future of Mandalorian. If he does return, I don't know. All I know is Boba Fett is back, and he's one of the best, awesome, underrated characters in Star Wars, and now he's gonna get his own show. He's gonna get his own, like, Mandalorian Season 3. I don't know. All I know is he's back. So before episode 7 came out, I was very much trying to stay offline, because I knew a bunch of people were predicting and like trying to make theories, and I hate doing that, because if you get my theories in my head, I'm like, oh, this could happen, and it doesn't happen, I'm like disappointed. So I try to stay away off from the internet when episode 7 was before being released, and I'll say this, I really liked episode 7, and it's for one moment, honestly, and the moment is the conversation between Mando, Bill Burr, and this asshole sergeant who was in one of the Rob Zombie movies. I don't know. I just know he's in one of them. I think it's 31 and 3 from Hell. I think it is. Either way, in episode 7, they have to get these coordinates to the ship to get Baby Yoda back. And when they get in there, Mando has to take off his mask, which is so weird to see. Stuck in this conversation with Bill Burr and the sergeant. And Bill Burr is like, listen, he knows me, or if he doesn't, he's an asshole. I don't want to be here. And they, of course, they get stuck together, and I love this moment. It reminded me of like a darker war movie, but it's set in Star Wars, which is one reason why I'm loving this show so much, because it's just so different between all these like gray explosion Star Wars movies. We get to see a man struggle to even talk to this person because of how much hate he has towards him. So what does he do? He shoots him in the face, because that is awesome, and that is, again, why I like this show. And of course, they escape, they get the directions, Bill Burr is free, and then we get to the finale. So the season 2 finale is basically get Baby Yoda back. And honestly, that was the entire episode. It was very well directed by Peyton Reed. It was intense. It was moving at a great pace. And of course, at the very end, we get to this major climax. They finally get Baby Yoda back after a really nice fight between Mandalorian and Moff Gideon, which does lead to the Darksaber getting to Mandalorian's hand, which totally reminds me of Harry Potter when you disarm someone and they get the wand. Does anyone else agree? Does that totally not remind them of Harry Potter? Now, Moff Gideon basically tricked Mandalorian into her not getting it, which is going to cause something to happen in Season 3, which I'm very much looking forward to, and that sets up one storyline for Season 3. But once that is completely clear, we have our Stormtroopers, which are not Stormtroopers. They're these Terminator Dark Troopers that are robots that are completely menacing and badass, sort of. They're surrounding the ship. They're stuck in the cockpit. Everything is basically ending. I thought for a second it was going to go pitch black. I really thought it was going to, like, they were going to break through and we're going to see the door, like, get bang, hit one time, and it was going to go black and wait for Season 3. I thought that's what they were going to do. But no, we get to see one little ship fly into the bay, land. My mind, right when I saw the ship, I was like, it's either Luke Skywalker or it might be Ahsoka. But of course, it is Luke Skywalker, and it's honestly, if no one cannot tell me it's not straight up Rogue One ending, I don't know what to compare it to, because it is. Luke, you don't see his face, destroys these Dark Troopers, and it's awesome scene, and the music is so good in this scene, and it's very intense and mysterious. He takes off his hood, and then we get to see Luke Skywalker, and for me, I can't lie, the CGI looked horrible. Oh my god, like, dang, like, really? Like, the CGI has looked amazing. So this entire season, the one time we get to see Mark Hamill on a body, which is Luke Skywalker, it looks like PS1. Like, man, oh man, I was like, wow, that is the best you can do with this budget? Okay then. But truly, honestly, the best moment in the season 2 finale. Like, yes, Luke showing up is like fandom, amazing, badass, you're loving, you're crying, Luke Skywalker is back for this one awesome scene. It's great, it's memorable, it's gonna stay in my memory for Star Wars fandom forever. But truly, the moment that just hit me right in the feels, and I definitely teared up like a little baby, when Grogu has to say goodbye to the Mandalorian. He takes off his helmet, and he grabs his little face, and he's like, alright, little buddy, it's time for you to go. It is so heartbreaking, and then that's how the season ends. Luke takes him with R2-D2, the elevator shuts, and leaves our heroes alone to like decide what's next. And the season 2 ends, and of course we get the Boba Fett end credit scene of him going back to the kingdom and taking over the throne. It sets up the spin-off show, which I've already said I'm excited for. But it ends. That's how season 2 ends. And you know what? I respect the show for doing that. And you know, Baby Yoda will be missed. I'm really, really curious how they're gonna incorporate season 3, because Baby Yoda, to be fair, was a huge, huge reason season 2 is like even that big. Because the entire season, they've been doing great, cute moments, development between him and Mandalorian, which leads up to this beautiful moment in the finale. And that's why it was so heartbreaking, because they've done such a great job, especially this season, setting up this father-son dynamic, and for it to end like that, it's just heartbreaking. So in season 3, there's no more Baby Yoda, at least I don't think there will be. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they take Mandalorian, what's next in our adventure, because I know there's a lot more to be told probably. Moff Gideon is still alive. I mean, he's still right there. They got him, but what is next for him? I don't know, which is a really good thing. I don't know what's next. And for overall, season 2, like I said, it got better in the action, better in just the production. You could tell the story is more interesting. It's getting better each season. I'm gonna give The Mandalorian season 2 an A. It does really suck that we have to wait till 2022 for season 3, but honestly, with all the shows they've announced, we're gonna have plenty of Star Wars to watch. Anyway, guys, enjoy this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.